Hey guys, and welcome to Lunchtime with Henry. Lunchtime with Henry is a new thing I've created where if I'm eating lunch and I also need to film at the same time, I'm just going to do both. I mean, it may be 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but I woke up at 12, so technically, lunch. Today's lunchtime, ham and mustard sandwiches. So essentially, I'm just going to make small talk with you whilst I eat food. This is the best idea ever. Food is so good. So last night some weird things happened. I was at one of my relatives' 80th birthday parties, and just before they're about to give the speech, I was playing Heads Up, which is the iPhone game where you hold your iPhone to your head and you've got to try and guess what's on the screen or whatever. And we were playing this game, and unfortunately what came on screen was Cookie Monster, and so I sort of had to try and reference Cookie Monster. And so just as everyone quieted down to listen to the guy who's about to say the speech, I very loudly and very clearly said, "No, cookies!" And then about a millisecond later I clocked on to what I just did, and then I sort of put my head down. I was like, no one stare at me, please, please. But there were awkward things like this just happened to me. Ow. Another weird thing I noticed last night was that old people seem to say a lot of innuendos. They don't know they're saying them, but they're saying them. I was surrounded by old people and I managed to count up to 10 innuendos within about 2 minutes. Old people are weird. Ow. Something interesting that happened in my YouTube life is that recently I hit over 2,000 views. Thank you very much for getting me over 2,000 views, but I kind of hate you all now because now I'm going to have to eat the second hottest chili in the world. I should try and do that next week's video or the week after. Ow. Another fun thing that's happening, I'm going to Comic-Con. I'm considering vlogging, but I've never vlogged in public before, so it may be very awkward for me, and well, I'll take my camera and I'll video some stuff, but I don't know if I'll actually vlog in public. On the upside, I get to meet Topska again. For anyone who wants to know, yes, I am going dressed up. No, I'm not going to tell you now, because I'll reveal it to you in the video when I'm going to Comic-Con. Ow. Did you know chickens can't swallow upside down? Just a random fact I'm going to throw out there. So UKIP lost the election. Well, you know that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you more racist. A cool member of the Labour Party telling a joke. Milibanta. On the night that they were counting and announcing the votes, I looked at my phone just before I went to sleep at the voting and how many points or how many seats each of the parties got. And then I went to sleep. And in my dream, I dreamt that I was at the voting station where they were counting it all up, and Ed Miliband was there, and Ed Miliband was losing, so I walked out and sort of had a strop and was sad because he wasn't winning. And so I walked after him and sort of comforted him and said, "Don't worry Ed, you could still win," and me and Ed became best friends. Weirdest dream I've ever had. Apart from the time Oprah was flirting with me. I'm not even going to mention that dream. Oh. Something I learned this week, as it turns out, drunk people like chewing gum, because I allowed my friend Katie to go get a chewing gum from my bag because she wanted one. And Caleb was around, he was drunk, and he went, "Ooh, chewing gum!" Grabbed about 30 of them, shoved them in his mouth, started chewing, went there, tried to put them back in the pot. Luckily for me, Katie wouldn't let him. I have good friends. Apart from Caleb, he's a dick. I'm a pretty childish person, however, I don't come up with new inventive jokes, so anytime someone says a phrase, I say the same joke. However, when my friends catch on to this, they then build up comebacks. One of my friends said to me, "Do you want me to give you a tip on how to do it?" And I replied, "I'll give you the tip of my dick." And I messaged him back saying, "Sorry, was that too far?" And then he had the comeback of, "Too far, you've only got 3 inches. Well, aren't you delightful? You know who you are. Anyway, that is the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Please comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Till then, stay cool, or first you get awkward. It tastes good.